Alright, so how's it going, people? Hope you're doing well. It's your friend Oliver. So I put up a post on Facebook asking some of my Facebook friends about what they would like me to talk about. And my friend Akua wants to know how to effectively change bad habits. So there's a lot of different approaches to changing bad habits, and by bad habits I'm assuming it means maybe reducing carb intake, maybe it's quitting smoking, maybe it's biting your fingernails. I don't know what it is, but whatever bad habits means to you, how do you change it? How do you effectively get rid of a bad habit? So I guess the first thing that I want to say is that before you try changing any type of habits, trying to change anything about yourself, the first thing you got to do is to start working out. You got to get physical. That's the first thing I would say, because a lot of times people try to get into the idea that the inner world creates the outer world. Yes, I can agree with that in a lot of different ways, but if you're not in good shape, if your body is not in the best shape possible, that means in a lot of ways your willpower is probably lower and your discipline is probably lower than someone who does work out regularly, takes care of their body. So the reason I say this is because I was there. I was 45 pounds overweight, and I've seen this with friends of mine and clients of mine that the most important thing that they do is to start working on their physical body. Yes, and I made a video about it, being vain and changing yourself. So the reason I say that is because you have to master the body first. Master the body and the mind will follow, is an ancient or old traditional saying in Muay Thai. And I strongly believe in that, because when you start doing things that are physical, let's say you start running or you start walking. Your walking will turn into a jog, your jog will turn into a run, and maybe you start a workout program like P90X or yoga or martial arts or something like that, or go to a gym or do a spin class or whatever it is. As soon as you start doing it, you get sore after working out, and you can feel it. You can feel that you're getting some sort of results. Now, if you stick with that over time, you'll start feeling the results in your body, whether that's higher energy, whether it's the clothes that you put on, fitting on differently, looking in the mirror and looking different in pictures, or maybe people are complimenting you and telling you that you've changed, that you look different, that you've lost weight, or you've built more muscle. And what I think that does is that there are a lot of layers that we wear and on our body, like physically. And when you're able to break that down, you're able to shed that body fat or increase that muscle mass or increase your flexibility or your strength or your balance, or whatever it is. It gives you a new reality to work from. You have a lot more willpower. You have a lot more belief in yourself to create results. You have a lot more discipline. And when you do that, you can then start to work on the other habits. So I'd say if you're trying to change a bad habit, don't worry about anything else. First step is get grounded into your body, start to get physical, and start getting the results physically, because you can't remove mental barriers, mental blocks, until you start feeling strong in your body, strong in your willpower, in your ability to change yourself. So do that first. You'll get physical results. You'll get evidence of that change in your body, physically in the mirror, from other people saying it. So there's number one, get physical. The second thing I would say is, when you're trying to change a habit, don't quit what you're doing. So what I'm saying is, don't quit smoking. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy. Don't quit biting your fingernails. Don't quit eating half a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, or don't quit supersizing your meals, or don't quit eating all those carbs every single day, or drinking pop. Don't quit. The reason I say that is because let's start this way. I identify myself as being a man. I identify myself as being a coach. I identify myself as being a yoga teacher. I identify myself with a whole lot of things. People identify with their religious background, their philosophical ideals. They identify with the country that they're from. They identify with the career path that they've chosen. They identify with the language that they speak. So when it comes to smoking, when it comes to these bad habits like eating or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is that you do, watching too much TV, playing too many video games, there's an identity that you have associated with it, which means you identify with it and you are associated with it in the fact that it is you. So if you're saying, I'm a smoker, I'm a gamer, I'm a fast food junkie, I'm whatever it is, I'm a nail biter, you are identifying with it. So when you say that you want to quit it, what you're actually doing is that you are saying no to that which you identify with. You are saying that you should stop something that you are. You are trying to get, so in a way, it's like, it's an abstract, conceptual kind of suicide to kill a part of yourself that you identify with. So if you're a smoker, and I use that one just because it's probably the hardest thing to quit, or maybe alcohol or drugs or whatever it is, but I'd say you identify with being an addict to whatever it is. And so if it's a part of who you are, it's going to be really hard for you to kill that part of yourself. So I say don't quit what you're doing. Don't quit the bad habit that you have because you have a strong identification with it. It is part of who you are. So what I do suggest is to start a new good habit, a habit that takes you closer to what you want. And I say that because, for instance, when you are, let's go back to the smoking cigarettes example. When you are smoking cigarettes and you start, let's say you go with number one and you get physical, you start working out. When you start working out, you start getting physical results. That's going to change a lot of the things that you do. It's going to change how you schedule things in your life because you're going to be making time for your workouts, for your exercise, for your runs, for whatever it is, for your playing hockey or volleyball or whatever. That's going to take time out of your day, out of your week. Also, it's going to start impacting the things that you read. It's going to impact the things that you become aware of, that you're listening for. So you're going to have new articles, new blogs, new YouTube videos that you're going to be looking at. It'll also impact the type of foods and the quality of the foods that you put into your body. Because you're getting so many physical results, it's going to make you, in a lot of ways, say, oh shit, I should actually switch that up to a water instead of getting that Coke. I should switch up that fries to a salad instead. So it's going to be impacting those decisions. So you start to add a new habit. So if it's something like maybe you add a green smoothie to your life, into your diet, don't change anything else. Just start adding a green smoothie and make that a new habit. And then maybe you add a green salad or water, and you start adding new positive things into your life. And just like a glass of water, when you fill it up, it just starts to overflow. It starts to push out all the old. It pushes out all of the old. When you start adding these new positive habits and focus on the very simple act of adding a green smoothie or drinking more water or waking up at a certain time or whatever it is, type of self-care that you're indulging yourself in to improve yourself, to change yourself, then you will not have any more room for smoking cigarettes. I have a friend of mine who's been smoking cigarettes for a long time, and she did a 30-day challenge to do yoga every day for 30 days. And because of that, she started to feel the results in her body. She started to feel strong, started to feel more flexible, started to get more balance in her body, started to get grounded in her body. And what did that do? That started to inspire the types of foods that she ate and what she put into her body and the thoughts that she put into her head. It really started to change because of that willpower and discipline that she was developing. And then naturally, it just squeezed out smoking. She just was not inspired to smoke anymore. She stopped identifying with it because she was so grounded into her body. She was adding something so important into her life, and that it was taking, it was starting to encompass more aspects of her life, just so that she can work out harder or have a better yoga practice or whatever it is. And she just stopped smoking. And it was much easier doing it that way than quitting cold turkey or trying to go on the patch or trying to do X, Y, and Z to stop smoking. So I'd say add a good habit, and don't worry about getting rid of a habit. Don't worry about quitting something. Don't worry about stopping any type of identification with that habit. And you'll start to see some sort of change happening. You'll have no more room for those cigarettes, for those French fries, for that extra drink, or whatever it is, whatever it is that you're trying to change. So start with the good habits, focus on the good habits. That's number 2. The last thing I would say is our peer group. That is the most important thing, I think, on this list. Is you got to change your surroundings. I even notice myself, my friends who drink beer, I will have a beer with them. If there are friends, if you have a group of friends who smoke cigarettes and you hang out with them, I'm going to tell you right now that you're more likely going to have cigarettes when you're around that specific group of friends. When you are, let's say, if you smoke pot and you want to stop smoking pot, but you hang out with people who smoke pot, it's going to make it harder for you to stop smoking pot. And I'm not saying that anything like above, any of the above are good or bad. They just are. And these are the things that people do for their own enjoyment and satisfaction, and they're not really hurting anybody else but themselves. But a lot of them want to change. And I think the people that you hang out with are a huge factor, a huge influence on whether you're successful or not successful in changing your bad habits. So I'd say start finding new friends. And just like number 2, start adding habits, add new friends. Not that you're stopping friendships, not that you are getting rid of people from your life, not like you're gonna cut them out, but it's just that you have to make more time and put it into people who are positive. Whether it's a running group or a group that does a 30-day yoga challenge, or it's a hockey team, or I don't know what it is that you're going to do, but start associating yourself with people who do the things that you want to do, who inspire you to add more of the good habits into your life, and the good thoughts and the good ideas and the positive philosophies that will uplift you. And you know what, slowly it'll start squeezing out the people that are not a good influence on you. And it doesn't mean they're completely out of your life, but it means that you will have less time to spend with the people who are not really taking you towards what you're trying to achieve. So peer group is massive. Try and find people and attract people in your life that will inspire you, that will uplift you, that will keep you accountable. And when you're around them, it doesn't make, you feel like you shouldn't, spark up that cigarette, spark up that joint, have that drink, or do that nasty habit of yours that you're trying to get rid of. And again, I'm not trying to judge. Whatever habit you have, it's your habit and it's your choice. But if you feel trapped in it, if it has power over you and you want to change it, these are the things you got to do. So just to recap, number 1, first things first, don't quit anything, don't stop anything yet, just get physical. Get grounded into your body, develop those results physically, and build up that willpower and that discipline. Because that's going to be important to you becoming successful in that change of habits. Number 2, still, don't quit the habit. Keep doing what you're doing, but add new, positive, uplifting habits into your life. So I have a very powerful exercise, which is the well-being checklist, something to keep track of. And there's a link to it on my website in my resources page, olivermanalise.com. Check it out, well-being checklist. These are the 10 things that you want to do on a daily basis that it makes you feel like you have a high sense of well-being. Start adding these new positive habits and just focus on that. Focus on the good things that you put into your body, into your head, and it'll start to squeeze out some of those bad habits. You'll start to have less time or less energy to put towards those things, and less need to do those things. And then number 3, change your surroundings. Change the people that you hang out with, because they are not helping you get anywhere. Start changing your peer group. Start adding new people into your life that will take you to the next level. And that, I believe, are 3 very strong things that you can do to effectively change your bad habits. So if you like what you're listening to, if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and please like and share it with the people that you care about. And I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great one, guys. Take care.